eyes are done, we can finally focus on skin. Depending on skin type, you're going to need a different primer. Milk Hydro Grip is going to literally lock your makeup in all day, whereas the One Size Secure Blur is amazing for around this area to get rid of any pores. So we are going to use a little bit of both. Milk Hydro Grip all over the face. This is especially really good for any oily girls. Secure the Blur is going to go in any areas that you find that you get large pores. Mine are in my nose, and you really want to work this in a little bit on the forehead. First, we're spot concealing with the NARS Soft Matte. This is the best spot cover up you'll ever find. Spots and blemishes are gone, so then we can focus on where really the foundation needs to go, which we don't need a lot of coverage. This is a tricky one because I literally love the NARS Radiant Foundation, but lately I have been loving the House of Labs. This one typically I use on most brides. You can sheer it out, you can make it full coverage. It literally works for everyone. At least I know it's not going anywhere. For me, I've used this for a long time and I just know this works on my skin really well. Make sure you're not going in with loads of product, and work it on the back of your hand first, then go in with the foundation. It's going to sheer it out and give a much more natural coverage. Once you've got the right amount of coverage, go in with a beauty blender. You're basically just spreading it and getting off any excess foundation. This is going to give a more natural look to the skin. Don't forget, you're going to be adding concealer in still, so you really don't need too much coverage. I adore this Rabanne concealer. This is 24-hour real skin concealer, and I'm just literally taking the tiniest amount because I do get creasing, and you can't stop creasing. Highlighting any areas I want to stand out a little bit more, and this is just going to add a little bit of dimension. Blend out your concealer with a little brush and then go back in with your beauty blender and just take away any excess. Get your bronzer from before, and you're just going to blend the eyeshadow down into your nose, and this is just going to help the start of contouring your nose. It just makes it all seamless. Sort of brush up into the brows, and even on the end I just take it out into the concealer and the foundation so it all blends seamlessly. I do not like a cool toned contour, so I'm going to use what I always use, which is my Bondi Bay Nude Sticks, and I'm just going to pop a few dots of where I want to contour. You can use a cooler tone if you want to, but I like a nice warm colour. If you don't have the Mario F4 brush, it is definitely worth investing in. It's double-ended and it just works for cream and powders so well. When you're blending out your cream bronzer, make sure you're pushing in upwards motions. We want to pull the face up. Now the cream's all blended, we're going to use the same bronzer and we're going to flip the brush around, and we're just going to set all the cream. And this is a really natural coloured bronzer. It's going to set it all in place. It still keeps that little bit of a glow. Not forgetting them ears. Flush I mix in and out of. At the minute I love Mario Earthy Pink. I will set this with a powder. I do usually go in with a cream first and then just set it. But this is like my kind of tone of pink that I like. But again, I would say it's personal preference, and if I had a bride I would just judge it by her skin tone. Not only am I going to take it up and over the nose for a more natural look, I actually take my blush on my forehead and on all my clients' foreheads because it makes it so much more realistic and seamless. Our foreheads do hold a little bit of pink in it, so take your blush up there. Now to set the blush, I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Flawless Pink palette. It is quite bright. I have used it before, but don't forget, no matter how bright your blush is on the day, it's never going to show up that much in the pictures. And blush tends to wear off on me, so I can go quite pigmented, and then an hour later it would have calmed down. Mario powder to set, but dab on the back of your hand first. And then we're just going to set the main areas like chin, in between the eyebrows, down the sides of the nose. I actually don't use a lot of powder under the eyes because I don't find that this helps with creasing at all. I know lots of people want to bake under their eyes on their wedding day, and I will definitely try and push them away from that because that is going to crease even more, and it's just going to be set in place all day. While the face is set, we can wipe off the foundation lips. Now, if it was my wedding makeup, I know I would wear a lip stain. No matter what, you're going to be eating and drinking, and no lipstick is going to stay on your lips all day. So if I was you, I would use a lip stain the night before and still use a lipstick. While that's drying, I'm going to go in with the Refy Brow Tint. This just brings the hairs all back to life where we've powdered the face. It just gives it more of a natural look. Now take the lip stain off. This is in the shade Lovely, but I love Whimsical or Lovely. And no matter what, if your lipstick comes off, this is the colour of your lip. I'm running out of time, but my two favourites is Smitten from Kylie, and this is the House of Labs in Moroccan. Just matches this lip stain perfectly. Not too pinky, not too brown, the perfect nude, which is just like a nice natural pink. I don't like a really pinky lip. And you don't have to wear a gloss on the day. I literally run out of time, but I always set with a dewy set or a hydrating spray first, then lock it in with the one size, and it's not going to budge. That is the finished bridal makeup.